Hello students, this is lesson U5A02c. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to say I can prove triangles similar and show proportional relationships. I encourage you to copy the diagram and to create the statement and reason chart like I have here, and we are going to try and prove this proportional relationship. So I encourage you to pause the video and give this a try. Hopefully you've had some time to think about this. So looking at this right now, this is a classic setup for this is a classic setup where we can demonstrate that the two triangles that are overlapping are in fact similar. We can show this just by inspection actually, and I'm going to use red here to demonstrate this. So I have EA and AC. They are perpendicular, so I'm going to draw in the right angle symbol there. And then I have DB is perpendicular to BC, which again, it's going to form a right angle there. And because C is sharing, this angle C is shared between triangle BDC and triangle AEC. Therefore, we do have two angles that are going to be corresponding and congruent. So therefore, the two triangles are going to be similar because of angle-angle theorem. And because of this, we can then show that corresponding parts of similar triangles are going to be proportional, which is why this is true. So I've just articulated how we're going to walk through this. So let's put it on paper and let's see how this goes, okay? So one of the first things that we established was we actually, in fact, have right angles present in the diagram. And this is because perpendicular lines form right angles. Seems logical, doesn't it? Right? And now that we know that the right angles are present, we also recognize that these right angles are going to be congruent to one another because all right angles are actually congruent. And now that we have one angle in place, we need another angle to show that the two triangles are similar, and that is angle C is going to be congruent to itself. And that's because of the reflexive property. Next, we can then say the two triangles, the larger one and the smaller one that are overlapping one another, are in fact going to be similar. So triangle EAC and triangle DBC are going to be similar, not congruent. So I made a mistake right here. This should not be a congruent symbol. It should be similar. Okay? And it is similar because of angle-angle. Again, this should be similar, not congruent. Now that we know that the two triangles are similar, then we can then establish that we have, again, AE to BD is the same as AC to BC. So those are proportional parts. So we can say that these two proportions are going to be equivalent because of, and this is new for this lesson, you have not seen this reasoning before, but this is true because of corresponding parts of similar triangles are proportional. It's very similar to, yeah, that's right, c.p.s.t.p. However, c.p.s.t.p. Isn't as I mean, it is widely used in many of the Regents classes and Regents exams, but I have not seen this abbreviated, which is why I wrote this out. So I think it's better to be cautious and write out what that is, just because I have not seen it in any Regents exam solutions. So again, corresponding parts of similar triangles are in fact proportional.